How is everyone doing today, guys? I hope you're all having an awesome day. So, do you all remember that flashback scene in The Last Jedi? We got two of them. One from Kylo's point of view, which kind of made Luke look like this. And then the one from Luke's point of view, which had him looming over Kylo in his sleep, as he reached out and tried to probe through his mind as he slept. What exactly did Luke see here? Well, the novelization has the answer for us, but before I get into it, I just want to say that there really isn't too much given to us in the novel. It's literally just the movie in words, which is a letdown for sure, but let's make the best of what we're given, shall we? So here's the passage. Luke Skywalker looks down at his nephew Ben Solo, no longer a boy, but not yet a man. He has come into his chambers at night, and now stands over him. The Jedi Master's eyes are closed. The Force is aboil with danger. Worry shadows Luke's face as he extends his hand, reaching out with the Force, reaching into the sleeping Ben's mind. The boy remains still, his face untroubled, and Luke's eyes remain shut, but he can see fire and ruin and the sightless eyes of the dead, and he can hear screams and the howl of lightsabers and the roar of explosions. Darkness expanding from this slim, dark-haired boy to shroud everything, and the cacophony of terror that will accompany it. Luke draws his hand back as if burned. The Force around Ben has always been shot through with veins of darkness, but what he's seen is beyond anything he'd feared to find. Luke removes his lightsaber from his belt and ignites the blade, his eyes grave. But then he looks at Ben, and the brief, almost unwilling thought is gone. He cannot bring his lightsaber down on his sister's son while he sleeps. And immediately, Luke knows it is too late. He has already failed his student, because Ben's eyes are open, frightened but aware. The boy's powers with the Force are already immense and still growing, and he is a Skywalker. He knows what Luke thought, he knows what Luke saw, he knows what will be. Desperate, Ben's hand reaches out, not toward Luke but beyond him, to the lightsaber he has constructed, willing it into his hand. Its blue blade a killing blow aimed at his master. Luke's own blade meets Ben's, and the locked lightsabers buzz and spark. Then Ben reaches up towards the ceiling with his free hand, compelling the stones to come crashing down on Luke's head. So, the few things I want to discuss here are exactly what we saw and heard, which was the fire, the ruins, sightless eyes of the dead, and then how Luke heard screams, lightsabers, and explosions. Makes me think of a few things here. Clearly he's seeing the Temple Massacre, which is what made him decide to ignite his lightsaber in the first place. However, the part about lightsabers makes me also think that he heard multiple ones, obviously, so that means Kylo must have had accomplices with him, or Padawans that were fighting him back. Who were these so-called friends that he had in the temple that turned on the Jedi and Luke and all the Padawans that were with him? Or perhaps they'll save this for one of the anthology films, or who knows. Is everything Kylo did after that scene, you know, where he got up from the wreckage and rounded up his men, which I wonder if they were the Knights of Ren to be or something like that, and just destroyed everyone and everything in sight. I want to see all the parts that Snoke was reaching into Kylo's mind and tormenting him, brainwashing him, and turning him from the light to the dark. As Luke says, Ben always had veins of darkness in him, which is a really cool metaphor and analogy, showing us that even in the light, he even had these dark spiderweb-like veins inside of him that were waiting to just pulse with negative energy. There's a lot to think about here, and I can't wait to see it hopefully on screen someday. So let me know what you guys think, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you always.